Well, good morning and welcome to Move Early, Move Often. It is Twisted Tuesday. I am Blake Martin. Way back when we started this whole thing, the idea was to help people who were confined to their home offices to move better, to find ways to just improve their mobility. And so I want to kind of go back to some of our origins. One of the things that as you're in a prolonged seated posture, our shoulders tend to come forward from keyboarding, and we do these forward kyphotic kind of head movements where we kind of jut our chin forward and we crunch the neck at the back. So with that being said, we want to do a few things this morning to work on both shoulder girdle mobility and thoracic mobility. So thoracic spine is the part of your spine that's kind of from the bottom of your ribs to your neck. And you'll need a dish towel. A gray dish towel is best. No, just kidding. Red is best, but I don't have a red one, so I'm going to have to use a gray one. And then exercise mat and a chair. For one of the activities we're going to do. We're going to do some warm-ups, and then I'll guide you through the activities as we're doing them. No preview today. All right, so let's just I'm going to keep my timer volume kind of low here so that I hear it and you don't. I don't want you getting distracted. So let's just do some gentle shoulder rolls back. Bring your shoulders way up close to your ears and move them all the way back as far as you can. Back and down, back and down, back and down, back and down, and opposite direction. Going really as big as possible. All right. And now we're going to do little shoulder circles. Let's start golf ball size, going backwards, and softball size. Basketball size. Still going backwards. And yoga ball size. So a little bit slower. And then forward, golf ball. Softball. Keep breathing. Basketball. And yoga ball. And let's come down onto our hands and knees and let's do a little cat and cow, just warming up the lumbar and thoracic spine a little bit. So looking outward. Inhale as you look outward. Exhale as your belly comes to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. And let's just do wiggling of the tail. Tail and ear come together. So you move your legs over at the bottom so that your hip faces towards your ear. We're just activating the core a little bit as we do this activity. All right. Let's begin with our chair. We'll dispense with that. Straight off the bat, we're going to do a movement sometimes called the preacher's bench. So if you've got a block about this high or a couch or something, it needs to be pretty, not too low. Chair height is perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to just kind of bring our elbows onto the preacher's bench, and we're going to walk our knees back. And then we're going to press our chest down. So just have a look. Elbows are on the bench. Palms are, one hand is over top of the other. And then press your chest through. We'll do this. And we're trying to get our hands close to our back here. So I'm bringing my chest up. Do this with me. And if you don't have a soft chair, you can put some kind of padding or pillow on a chair, but it'll tend to move. Now this is really a big stretch for the triceps, but that's okay because sometimes your triceps need a little stretch, and they cross the shoulder, so they're actually part of the movements of the shoulder mobility. Bring the chest up. We're just progressively moving it. So this is not quite a stretch. It's kind of almost an exercise or an activity. Unfold the arms. Release them down. I'm definitely feeling that. We're going to continue in the same direction with our towel. Taking our towel behind us. Look at my timer. And I'm going to pull up. I'm trying to get my arm across. It should be close to the center of my back, maybe just a little bit on the opposite side. And I'm going to go up and back. Now I'm going to choke up on my towel. I have a little more room here. You want your towel to be short enough between your arms that you've got someplace to go. So I'm just kind of letting the towel down as my mobility increases. And we're going for about a minute. Look at my timer. And I'm just going up and down. The focus is on the upward move. Just slightly on the opposite side, not too far. Trying to move that hand upwards. And let's switch. Bring the towel over top. Hand is close to the center, the active hand, the bottom hand, but just a little on the opposite side. We're working on the internal rotators here, kind of giving them some stretch, choking up on the towel. My hand comes down, if I've got a little bit of room, just creeping up here. So the towel go, and that's about what I've got, and then just up and down. We're just moving up and down here. You're kind of pulling to the point where you're feeling a little discomfort, but you're actively going up and down. I've got to check my timer. Breathing here. Try to keep your spine straight, your chin slightly tucked. I'm checking my timer again. Right. Let's release that stretch down. Put that towel off to the side. An activity we've done before. We're going to do it again. And it's threading the needle. So just on your quad, hands and knees, reach the hand through. And again, reach the hand through. Coming back up. Now, see how close you can get your shoulder to the mat. Palm is up. And we're reaching. Keep breathing. Now I'm moving my hips over. I should be trying to keep my hips straight so I don't get quite as far there, but that's okay. It's more about the process than the picture. Quadrupedal. Let's do the same thing the opposite side. And reach. Trying to get my shoulder close to the mat. And keep breathing. Watch that I'm not swaying my hips over in one direction. I'm trying to keep everything nice aligned, upright. And let's keep doing that. Finish out our minute. Oh, that's good. I'm feeling it. Thoracic spine is really starting to move now. A little bit at a time. It's that progressive movement. And really reaching with my shoulder, thinking about my shoulder on my active arm, reaching through and getting close to the mat. All right. Hand behind the head, elbow on the mat. And we're going to start with our elbow on the mat and then raising your elbow and opening. Raise and open. And look with your eyes in the direction that your spine is going. Upper thoracic is very active here. With your eyes. Again. And these aren't stretches per se. They're about mobility, but they aren't about stretching. And in part, oddly, they're about strengthening the muscles of the thoracic spine, particularly the interscapular muscles. And that will actually bring a lot of relief. Strangely, you don't always need to stretch. Sometimes we need to be active in order to mobilize things. All right. Same thing, other side. Hand behind the head. And opening that elbow right up. Elbow to the mat. Look with the eyes toward the ceiling all the way up. See if you can look past the elbow. And again, my hips are going off center. I'm going to try and maintain them. Now, when I do that last little bit of effort at the top, my hips really want to shift. Let's continue for the second 30-second bit here. Breathing. Really open up. Opening out. There we go. Let's do the same thing. Hand behind the hips, low back, and elbow downward. And then try to open up your elbow and your shoulder. It's really now your shoulder is active here. Elbow down. Shoulder. I actually should be on my other elbow here. Elbow down. And let's really try and open our shoulder. Rhomboid muscles are active in this. Shoulder reaches downward. Shoulder reaches back. Shoulder reaches downward. And elbow. And I'm looking to the ceiling. Inhale and down. Exhale. Inhale coming down. Exhale coming up. Opposite arm. Elbow on the mat. Hand behind in the center of the spine on the lumbar spine. Just above the sacrum. Elbow down. Elbow up and opening. Elbow to the ground. Elbow up and opening. Really open the shoulder. It's more about the shoulder than it is about the elbow. Watch you don't shift your hips over like I'm doing. Holy crow, Blake. You think you know better by now. Open. Elbow down and shoulder down. Everything up and open. Really open the shoulder. Really up and open. Again, opening. Keeping the spine in a nice long one. All right. Coming down onto the side. Top leg at 90. And arms in a T. Palms are matching. And we're going to open. Try to keep your knee on the ground. And come back, palms together. Reach a little past your hand. Open. 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 Another 10 seconds of this. And organizing yourself same way, other side. I'm going to face you, continue to face you. Top knee is bent over top. Gotta move my chair. Gotta let my pillow drop on me. No, it's a towel. And it's not even a red towel. Open. Trying to keep my knee on the floor. And open. Close. And open. And for some of you, your arm will get all the way to the ground here. I'm not there. That is not a Blake reality. And reach past your fingers. Open. Really think about the shoulder opening. But the thoracic spine being mobilized and rotating and open. Last couple reps here. And last opening. Beautiful. All right, a few activities to get you through. Remember that when you're in that forward seated posture, you can do these. If you've been with your arms reaching onto a keyboard or onto your desk all day long, this is going to open up the thoracic spine. It's going to mobilize the shoulders, including triceps, which are pullers on the shoulder girdle, particularly as we're forward, and so stretching those out is important too. You've moved early. I hope you remember to move often. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you back tomorrow for Wobbly Wednesday. Take care.